Welcome back to The Blend. Spring-like weather is upon us, which means it's the perfect time to get outside and enjoy the open road.
That's right. Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. But first, got to make sure you stay safe on our roads, because Las Vegas roadways can be a little crazy. And Judah Zakalik, he is here with the Riders Law Firm to bring us up to speed on potential hazards that we can run into, or the hazards that can run into us.
Yeah, even more dangerous. Excellent. Yourselves?
Very well.
Good.
Here with, obviously, the Riders Law Firm is a division of Peters & Associates. That's why it looks so familiar. But I'm loving the get-up now.
Thanks. Yeah, this is my riding gear. So every weekend this is me. And this is my bike.
This is not like a stunt bike.
Did you ride it here?
Yeah.
I did ride it here. They did not let me ride it into the studio, though I really wanted to.
Oh, that would have been very cool.
Next time.
How long have you been riding?
About 10 years now.
And you saw a need in the community for a law firm to really focus on the riders a lot.
Yeah, I saw a need for lawyers that ride to take care of other riders that may be injured or fall upon some bad accident while they're riding here. Number one, it's important that you have a lawyer that's here, right? Not someone who lives out of state. And number two, a lawyer that rides can tell you how to be safe and also explain your case better to a jury if, in fact, you get in an accident. So you need that perspective.
Gotcha.
And
Have you ever been in a motorcycle accident?
No, I haven't. Avoided a couple. And this past weekend actually is pretty scary. I had someone tailgate me and act very aggressively while I was riding, and my mom was actually sitting on the back of my bike. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And so not only do accidents happen, but sometimes people act aggressively with motorcycle riders, and that's something I want people to be aware of so we can avoid that. Why
does it seem like there's so many motorcycle accidents versus car accidents? There was just one recently on Tropicana.
Yeah, there's a lot of deaths, right, which is unfortunate. A lot of times it's because people don't recognize us, don't see us, or they don't understand the dynamics of a motorcycle. So for instance, a lot of the accidents happen when a driver takes a left in front of a motorcyclist and we can't stop in time or we can't maneuver in time. And it's because that driver doesn't realize that a motorcycle either has one headlight or two that are very close together, so they can't gauge the distance.
Gotcha.
So when a motorcycle is approaching you, unlike a car, when a car is approaching you, the headlights kind of get farther apart, right? Because as it gets closer. Motorcycle, not that way.
It's just a dot.
It's just a dot, so it's very difficult to gauge the distance.
And what's very scary about it is that you can be the best motorcycle rider around.
Yeah.
It's really the other cars. I mean, it's really drivers like me that I'm scared of for motorcyclists.
Right. Well, it's our responsibility to be defensive.
Right.
Right. Of course, because we don't have metal surrounding us.
Yes.
So it's always us that are going to lose in the end.
Yeah.
But the driver also is going to lose. If you hit someone and you damage them, you're going to feel terrible.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, let's talk about hazards. I mean, there's obviously a lot of road hazards, but some affect motorcycle drivers more than others.
Right. So there's dips or divots in the road that we have to be careful of. We don't want that front tire getting caught in there. And I've actually had some clients where their front tire got caught in a divot or some uneven pavement and they went down and they got hurt because of that. Of course, other drivers is a big concern. Weather is a concern. We want to make sure that we avoid oil spots or pavement that may have an issue with it. Those kind of things come into play.
Wayne, the lane weaving, is that allowed?
Lane splitting.
Lane splitting, sorry. See, I'm not an experienced
No.
motorcycle rider.
Yeah,
is that allowed in Nevada?
It's not allowed.
It's allowed in California.
It is, and I think it should be. So if I can talk to anyone about what kind of laws we'd want to see, let's have lane splitting in there. I think it's safer for the rider. So as a rider, I want to get away from other cars around me.
Yeah.
And I can do that with lane splitting. I can get out of the pack. I can be by myself, not have any cars surrounding me that might, fall into me or,
You don't worry if someone is crossing over in a lane, or you're saying as a motorcyclist, you actually have more ability to weave.
Yeah, as a motorcyclist, I can make that small space work for me. And then I can weave in between cars to get away from them. Or if I'm at a stoplight, I can weave to get in front to get to the first car in the stoplight, and then I can get away from that pack of cars.
Ultimately, what you're trying to do is you're trying to avoid the trouble that could come later. Yeah, some people that are driving cars, they might say, oh, this rider is just being rude, trying to get in front of everybody. But what you're trying to do is avoid what could be an issue down the line.
I'm trying to get in a bubble where no cars are around me. That's what I'm trying to do. And sometimes I have to do that with speed. Sometimes I have to do that with agility. Sometimes I have to do that with just using the smaller vehicle that I have, right? Because, we have to, as riders, we have to be very careful to watch drivers. Not only what their cars are doing, what that person is doing in that car, right? Texting, eating, distracted, whatever it is. We're a very small vehicle, so they might not even see us.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I do have loud pipes on my bike. So when I'm pulling up in someone's blind spot, I'm hitting those pipes, hitting that throttle, so they know that I'm there.
It's the hello, I'm here.
Hello, I'm there. Please don't hit me.
Yes.
I have a whole new appreciation now, because I always thought they were just kind of doing that to show off, and
Some
now I
are.
know that that's not the case.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, some of them.
They're the same guy that puts the broken tailpipe on a Honda. They just want to be heard.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's so important. Like if I had a law problem, I want to make sure that the attorney that I hire has some sort of idea where I'm coming from.
Right.
And as a motorcyclist, to have a fellow motorcyclist be able to help you, Do you help people that ride mopeds as well?
Yeah, anything on 2 wheels.
You
So
don't
I
judge
ride
them.
bicycles also. We have friends of ours that ride BMX bikes, you know, whatever. Mopeds, bicycles, motorcycles, anything on 2 wheels. Very similar dynamics, similar physics, similar issues, right? You're not seen.
Yes.
That's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to combat.
They certainly need defending, and it's very happy that
Now
you're
they know
doing
who
it.
to go to.
I'm blessed to be able to do it.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Pleasure
guys.
having you, buddy.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. If you're a biker, a moped rider, a cyclist, a bicyclist, whatever it might be, and you're involved in an accident, call 702-4-RIDERS to speak with an attorney. You can check out their website too. The address is right there on your screen. The Riders Law Firm, a division of Peters and Associates.